So welcome back to my channel. It is Friday the 16th of December. It's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Amanda. Not that she'll be listening. Anyway, it's day 16 of the Advent calendar, and what we have today is the IS2, the Russian, not the Chinese, the Russian Tier 7 heavy tank. This was originally part of the Berlin Quartet, launched, when was it, earlier this year, I forget exactly when, but was launched along with the Rudy, the Cromwell B, the IS2 122S, and then this IS2. It's only available in a bundle. I don't think it's ever been sold individually, so that's probably why. A bit like the IS2 122S, it's only ever been sold as a bundle. So you have to buy the tank, a garage slot, 2,750 gold, and then a good advantage, a full crew, already with 100% full training and 100% brothers in arms already as their major skill. And the way that works is, I didn't say that on the ISU, so apologies. Effectively, they have the brothers in arms working, but it doesn't count as their first one, so for the purposes of earning extra experience. So you can still earn experience as fast as you would normally do for your first skill, even though you've already got a first skill, if that makes sense. And normally what happens is, once you've got your first skill, it's considerably harder. You need much more experience to get the second skill. But with these crews that have already the brothers in arms perk already assigned to them, that isn't the case. So they will earn their effectively their second crew skill as quickly as anybody would earn their first. So it's a good benefit, basically. And this package costs £25.17 or €30. It's a good price. It's a good tank and it's a good price. £25 for a tier 7. It is only tier 7, remember, but a tier 7 premium to train your Russian heavy crews, not bad at all. Let's have a look at what the wiki page says about the IS2. It has these 1,280 hit points, which is actually, I believe, slightly higher than the standard IS. Because this is basically identical to the standard IS, the Russian tier 7 heavy tank. It has a weight of 46 tons. Crew layout is perfect for those sort of mid-tier Russian heavy tanks. When they get a bit heavier, a bit bigger up in the later tiers, they have an extra loader, but for the moment they're pretty good. It's a pretty good crew trainer. Commander, gunner, driver, loader. Engine power of 600 horsepower, speed of 34 kph, which is pretty reasonable for a heavy, certainly. 38 degrees per second traverse speed, a power ratio of 12.9, which is very, very good. So it's a fairly nimble, heavy tank. Armour is not fantastic, but it's okay. 100, 90, 90, 60, and turret 100, 90, 90. So it's not a bad. It's one of those sort of sort of medium type heavies. It's not a real true heavy, thick armor. This thing has reasonable armor, a bit of mobility to make up for it. So it fires the 122mm gun that everybody has, pretty much in the Russian tank lines. Penetration 175 with the standard round, 217 with APCR, and 61 with HE. Average damage of 390 and 53 with the HE. Very effective gun. Well, it's a classic 122 Russian gun. Big alpha, pretty reasonable penetration. Fairly slow to load and aim. So the rate of fire is 4.88 rounds per minute. It has a DPM of 1,900, which is okay. Accuracy of 0.46, aim time of 3.4, which is horrible. So these are, anybody who's used to the Russian 122 guns will know They will occasionally fire long range shots, but really they're designed for peeking around a corner, blasting someone in the face, and then getting out of the way while they reload. Peekaboo type tanks. Turret traverse of 28 degrees per second is okay, and it has a gun depression of only -6, but it's a Russian tank, they don't tend to have the best gun depression. An elevation of 25, which is good. Ammo capacity 28 rounds is fine. I've never run out of ammo on mine. View range of 350, which is actually better than most Russian heavy tanks. So, and signal range is very poor, 440. But you're going to be right in amongst it, so that shouldn't really matter. So the pros and cons, according to the wiki: 122mm hits hard and allows peekaboo tactics, where the tank excels. Yeah, as I said, this is really one of those tanks where you get behind a building or a bit of terrain or a hill or something, you pop out, blast the enemy, and then drop back behind the cover again where you reload. And that's really how you need to play this sort of tank. Has the potential to generate a large amount of credits. Yeah, well, any gun that does a lot of alpha, potentially, because you get more credits the more damage you do. So yeah, if you smack people in the face a lot of times, you're going to get a lot of credits. And for a tier 7, this can generate some pretty good money. Relatively quick and nimble, which helps getting into the face of the enemies. Yeah, as I say, this is more like a medium-y type heavy. It's not really light, but it's not as heavy as something like a KV4 line. So it's pretty nimble and gets around pretty well. Strongest sloped upper plate of all 3 IS counterparts. 165 effective with no additional angling. Yeah, so that front is pretty sloped, which is good, but the lower plate's a bit heavy, a bit light, sorry. So that's not great. Higher hit pool than a regular IS, 1,280 compared to 1,230. I thought that was the case. Yeah. Cons: no limited matchmaking. However, sees the same opponents as a regular IS. Yeah. Well, you won't be surprised. They've done away with all the new premiums do not come with limited matchmaking, so they will all have the standard +2 matchmaking potential that every tank has. While generally sound, armor should not be completely relied on due to somewhat obvious weak spots, i.e. the lower plates, the cupola. Yeah, as I say, the lower plate on this thing it's pretty big, and yeah, if you look, it's quite a big target, even though they've put a track on the front of it, and it will be penned. Expensive APCR ammunition eats into the credits if used extensively. Well, you should never spam gold in my book. I carry gold, I use it, but only use it in emergencies. With that penetration of that gun, 175 with a standard HE shell, a standard AP shell is fine. Okay, when you're in tier 9s, you probably will need the APCR, but don't spam it, and you won't lose money. Poor accuracy and somewhat long aim time can make aiming for weak spots difficult. Yeah, it's a typical BL gun. Long aim time. It's why you need to be up close, because the aiming doesn't matter so much then. Less engine power and worse radio range compared to an IS. Yeah, it's true, it does. But it's funny because it actually has better, I must have better grade, it does say at the bottom here, generally compensated by improved ground resistance, so it moves pretty well. You don't notice the difference, even though it's got a smaller engine power. Generally speaking, the IS2 plays like a regular IS with the top 120mm gun. It has a weaker engine, but this is partially compensated by improved ground resistance. Its hull armour is weaker in the front, but has better angling and sloping. Otherwise, the only effective difference is reduced signal range. So basically, it's an IS in all but name. So that's your day 16 offer. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, consider giving it a like. I think I've done remarkably well. It was my work's Christmas party last night, so I'm a little tired, shall we say. So apologies if the voice is even croakier than normal. In the meantime, hope you have a good day. I'm going back to bed. Have a good day, and enjoy your games. Try not to take them too seriously, and I'll see you again soon. Gamer Dom out.